Hello, podcast community of givers and a safe place for you to do business. I'm Podcast Pete. I am founder of High Performance Podcast Mastery, and we are on the Veterans Podcast. Now, why? Because I'm not a veteran. I'm the son of a veteran, an American Legion in Marietta member, but I'm not a veteran. So I'm reaching out to my veteran community to see who might be interested in hosting our veteran podcast. You have to be a veteran. Why do we want to do this? Well, our veterans have sacrificed their life, their family, and everything for us. And we want to give back to them by helping them transition into the civilian life that they're now part of. I'm going to a special event Thursday night with Tommy Stoner and Christina and an organization. I have to say that I don't remember, but it's Army Rangers moving into a high level of performance in the civilian sector. We have a gentleman who actually interrogated Saddam Hussein, who's going to be our guest speaker, Governor's Club. And I'm going to put something up here because Tommy came and spoke to our Rotary Club. Wow, did my eyes open up. I couldn't believe what I heard. The level of the Army Rangers Special Forces, I've always just understood this of the Navy SEALs, and every Navy SEAL, it was hilarious. Every Navy SEAL has a book. And look, that's wonderful. Look, if you have a story to tell it. But my perception of that was just totally different than what it really was. So I'm going to get a chance to meet the gentleman. I'm going with Larry Hauser, who, let me give a big shout out to Larry. He was our senior comedian that we had at Grace. Unbelievable. This guy, he's 69, and he put himself out there. Public speaking, for anybody that has followed it, is the second biggest fear to dying. And when you're a comic, that's like times 100, because what does a comic do? He makes people laugh. And if you don't make people laugh, you're out there totally naked. Not literally, but you're naked for the emotional connection and the feedback. So it's so hard that you have to be so good. And he crushed it. He actually was singing at the end because he had told me, he goes, hey, I got some songs, or I got a song I want to sing. I said, yeah, it's your show. Hey, do it. And when he went into his singing, I even asked his daughter, like, did you know your dad could sing like that? She goes, no. This is crazy. A lot of times our kids don't know what the parent does, and kind of that secret sauce, whatever it is. But let me get back to, he's going to be with me Thursday night as we go over to Governor's Gun Club to really be a part of this event. They're raising money to help transition, and not just every veteran has a challenge, because like Tommy told us, the suicide rate, which breaks your heart, 22 a day. That's something we need to address. And he said he thought his feeling on it is losing purpose. And if you don't have purpose in your life, then when you transition out at the level that they're doing their career, and when you see what they've done, and you transition, like he said, into like security guard, and you lose your purpose because you are performing at such a high level that if you can't all of a sudden change that purpose, that why, then what do they say in the Bible? A person without vision perishes. And that's so true. And I had no earthly idea of that. I just thought it was PTSD and the trauma that they face, which is certainly part of it, but not the main part. And it was just an eye opener to hear him speak to our North Cobb Rotary at Copeland's. But the reason I say the veterans, I want somebody that is a veteran that can share with our veteran community and our regular community in our giving, safe community how important it is to transition, to have opportunities out there, because the private sector has no earthly idea the skill level and the dedication and the hearts of our veterans. And that's where we want to close that gap. We want somebody that is a veteran. So, Don, I'm speaking to you. Jim, speaking to you. I won't give last names. Zach, speaking to you. Frank, speaking to you. Anybody that feels that they want to reach your community through a platform like podcasting, we do everything for you. Everything. All you do is show up and connect with the audience, bring a guest on there, be able to shine light on our veterans, what skills they have, what value they bring to the civilian world, how by hiring a veteran, not only do you hire a person not only do you give back, but you get so much for what you're doing. And we don't know, us civilians have no earthly idea what it is. If you're not a veteran, you have no earthly idea how it is to serve. Like Tommy said, we think that veterans are order takers. Now, what he said was that first year, yes, because you're getting acclimated to a system. But after a while, you're put in positions where you have to think on your feet. You have to be adaptable. There's no playbook for a combat situation. You throw that out the window and it's just you figuring it out. And that's what he said is you have people that are used to figuring it out. And in his level, 95% of them have master's degree. 95%. Even like 20 years, 70% had masters. So are they overqualified for what you might need? Yes, but they can do anything. Like Tommy, he works at Truist at the highest level in IT security. And it's not that he was like an IT expert, but he's performed at such a high level in what he does that he can adapt to anything. So you want people that can adapt in the workforce, that can do things that nobody else can do. That's the kind of people you want to surround your company with. So going back, this is going to be a short one. I'm thinking I'm under 10 minutes, but I want to reach out to our veterans. If you know of anybody, share this with them. We are a Podcast Pete, our community of 30 unique niche podcasts that touch our senior community in wellness and in the different phases. First, independent living, which I live in Overture. Then you go into assisted living and memory care. And you just don't know how quickly things can change because it's just getting older. Our needs change. And a lot of times our kids are not aware of how mom and dad are changing. And that's because they're busy with their careers. We're going to do quarterly live events to bring them together. But that's a different podcast for a different day. But share this with people that you know that are veteran that might be interested. And I'm going to give you a number to call. Yes. I'm podcasterpetecane.com, 404-428-3006. So call me. If you're a veteran and you would like to be a part of hosting our Veterans Podcast, give me a call. I want to have some dialogue with you. I want to reach more of our veteran community because you guys know veterans. You know you've lived in the shoes of a veteran. I can only speak for my dad, who was a veteran in World War II, and my grandfather in World War I. So I've been to the American Legion growing up, playing shuffleboard with my grandfather. I mean, he would go there every day with his veterans friends. Now I'm a member of the American Legion here in Marietta. We have the most awesome breakfast on the third Saturday of the month, and Friday nights. So it's a wonderful place to go. Go meet Wally. Go meet some of the other guys there, Dave, and just connect. Connect with the community of veterans. Every time I go, I meet some wonderful people. So thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing this with people that could benefit by being a veteran. And thank you, Trexa and Rolando. Thank you. Thank you for listening. They're our team in the Philippines. Wonderful people. Wonderful. Trexa, man, she could be my daughter, but I mean, I've worked with her for a year. This lady crushes it. She just is so good at what she does. And when we were expanding there, I said, Trexa, your first hire or your first person that you bring on your team is the most important. And Rolando, she selected you because she knew you and she knew the kind of work ethic that you have. And so I'm so glad to be a part of the team with you guys because we're going to do some big things. We're going to have some fun and we're going to do some big things. So thank you so much. Appreciate everything you're doing. And for my Brazilian friends, thank you. The branding is about to kick into high gear. So Wellington, your team down there in Brazil, wow. And then Sergio now on the headshot. I just had him on before this. Holy mackerel. Watch out because you're going to see this community grow very rapidly because we've been building for 18 months. Now it's time, like the bamboo. I love this. Crystal, thank you for that analogy or that metaphor or whatever. It takes 10 years for bamboo to break ground, but it can grow up to 3 feet in a day. That's what I think we have done. 18 months, 10 years, pretty similar. Now you're going to see growth. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time. And please share with people you may know that could benefit from hosting our Veterans podcast. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.